Opposition leaders led by Wiper Party's Kalonzo Musyoka and the Democratic Action Party of Kenya's Eugene Wamalwa have accused the Kenya Kwanza administration of systematically undermining constitutional institutions, particularly the rights to peaceful protest. They have also condemned the way security agencies have consistently responded to demonstrations with excessive force. The leaders who laid wreath at the National Assembly's perimeter fence also called for accountability as they honored victims of police brutality. Here is Emily Chebet with that report.
They were at the Holy Family Basilica by 7 a.m. The plan to pray with the families of last year's Gen Z protest victims. And after the early morning mass, they proceeded to lay wreaths outside the National Parliament. But with heavy police presence and razor wire surrounding the compound, the wreaths were placed just at the barricade. The opposition leaders condemning the continued violations of human rights by police.
The only avenue available to them is a very primitive approach by abducting your citizens without a warrant of arrest, without anything legal. And we continue to call them out. They will be caught up with by the long arm of the law. You cannot escape it. They will be accountable.
The government needs to stop being paranoid. They need to stop this fear. We are unarmed. You've seen us here. We are unarmed. But if you go outside the roads there, these are very heavily armed police officers. You know, there is almost 20 police officers to every one of us. But you will see them attempt to intimidate us. You will see them stop us from even going into Parliament.
The leaders are calling on government to listen to young people and end the use of excessive force.
For me, 25th of June will now become the Youth Transparency Day, the Youth Governance Day, and this is it. So if they continue these abductions, because one young man, for example, just sends a post, all right, then they're afraid.
Failed leadership that allowed goons on the streets to take the law into their own hands. It is like planting the wind, you will reap the whirlwind. If you plant the wind of goonism, Bwana Ruto, Bwana Sakaja, you are going to reap the whirlwind of anarchy. That is where Haiti is today. We are not ready to let our country go down that road.
The opposition leaders who later marched out of town via Kenyatta Avenue say the newly unveiled Public Justice Commission, chaired by former Attorney General Justin Muturi, is actively documenting human rights violations. They maintained that the Kenya Kwanza regime will face the law when the time comes. Emily Chebet,